film festival directors. It's fine. Whichever way audiences want to tell stories, let us embrace that and go with it. So, Cameron.
My feeling is that stories are more powerful than any single technology. Stories have been around since human beings have been around, and the technology will always change. You know, I love cinema. For me, the most powerful thing about cinema is that it's watched together. And when we gather together, everything is amplified. The emotion, the reaction, what you take home with you afterwards, in terms of like what stays with you. I think when you see films together, that's just bigger. And that, in my view, it lasts longer than something you may watch in a glance away on your phone. But I don't think we can hide from what technology has done to screen storytelling. Screen storytelling is incredibly powerful. I think people are watching more on screens than they ever have, whether it's home viewing or on their laptop or their mobile phone or in the cinema. But the collective power is something that I think does need to be protected.
This is a huge question, and in a way it relates also to your previous question about is this too much a Western narrative. So technology is strictly tied to cinema because cinema is a technology-oriented art form. It was born with photography and then it developed to moving images and to sound, and so cinema is inherently a technological art form. I was reading a text by Griffith that he wrote in 1924. The question was to him, what do you think of cinema in 2024? And it is a scary text because the man had seen in the future and he had imagined that we would watch films differently. So the problem with technology is that it can hijack what we need, what we want. So nowadays it begins with language. We don't refer to films as films anymore. We speak of content. This is a scary word because it feels like something that you put in a box and then when the box is full, you move on. Films are not content. Films are art. And I'm saying this because there are out there film people that want still to make the first short film, the first film, and they need to defend the idea that what they have to say could be art, could be art. So I'm not against technology. The thing is that technology wants to reshape the way we collectively experience our time. So people can watch 8 hours of a TV series on the phone, but they are unwilling to watch a 2 hours film in a cinema because it's too long. So this is not something that comes from them. This is a collective discourse that has been put on what the audiences would want. So I think that the audience as such needs to protect itself from what the industry or the industries want to put on them. I know this sounds very much like political discourse, but it's not. In terms of Indian cinema, over the years, Locarno has always been championing Indian independent cinema, young cinema. This year we had also in the jury Payal Kabadia. We had previous years a film Declaration. We had Dominic Sangma's first film, and so on. And these films, they need to exist. So I was extremely happy when Dominic's film was released in France and in other countries. So what I'm saying is, it's not about technology. It's what you do with technology. It's like saying, if I invent the wheel, I could get a car that would run over someone. It's how you use the wheel. So it's really, and this is really crucial. This is really crucial because otherwise we end up in this polarizing conversations where something is bad or something is good, which doesn't take the conversation much further.
You can applaud, it's fine, every time. Okay. Emma.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think the technology itself is not the enemy, and again, It's how it is used and how it can be used to amplify what the art that is being created and then being presented to audiences. And it's, I think the responsibility of film festivals as well to lean into the the technological changes that are always going to be a part of society. And obviously we see what we have seen in, across the pandemic when everything moved online, that there isn't really a replacement for that collective experience that cinema offers to audiences. That this is something we thought might happen when we were in the throes of the pandemic, and what we've seen coming out of that is that there is still an appetite for people to come together in a physical space to watch films together and to meet the filmmakers in person and to hear from them directly, and having that really direct experience is something that can't be replaced. And while we've seen, I think, changes in audience behaviour, and obviously there is much more, I hate the word content also,